Hi everybody. Today we're talking about report writing week 1 and 2. Week 1 is familiarization and week 2 is exposure and discovering the framework. As always, we recommend 20 minutes per day on the genre of writing that you're covering. So it could be the same time every day. Now, for report writing, the vocabulary that the children will be looking out for and will be learning is very specific because it's related to the topic, and so it's often tier 3 words. For example, about an animal, you'll be using words like habitat, classification, and the words that are describing them could be quite specific as well. Okay, so there'll be the use of nouns that are tier 3 nouns. Then there'll be the use of adjectives as well that are factual and precise. And verbs like climb, eats, erupts. Linking words would be is, have, belongs, are. And then grammatically, it's present tense, but it's the timeless present tense like live, inhabit, change. And it's the third person present tense like they or it, or how they move, what they do, how they live, as opposed to first person. Like they'd be using language like these animals or they instead, The children will be learning the difference between fact and opinion. Reports are factual, and so there'll be a lot. You could play true and false games and all that sort of stuff to encourage children to realise that reports are factual, and again, fiction and non-fiction texts as well would come under this. And as the children get older, when they're looking at factual texts, they'll be able to explore the idea of paragraphs, the contents page, the index, the glossary, the illustrations, the headings, the subheadings, labels, diagrams, and all, and so on. Some samples now of good reports that you might expose the class to. So anything to do with a country, a fictional place, again, same, a country, a place of your choice. Okay, a person, like a biography, aircraft, an animal like the bald eagle. Now it could link in with the animal study that you're doing, a habitat study that you're working on. It could link in with geography, the country that you're studying in your class. Pollution, let's say, if you're covering environmental awareness and care. The important thing to remember, though, is that a report is not to be confused with a recount. So you might ask children to write a report about their favourite sport, and then the children have to be very careful to give facts about the sport, like who came up, where, like maybe the GAA, like who founded it, what year, some famous events, the significance of the GAA in Ireland over the years, as opposed to a match that was played and the score and who won the who scored. Similarly with biographies, if they're talking about their favourite football player, again it's a biography as opposed to a recount. The Titanic, if that's the topic, it's a report about the Titanic, when it was built, where was it built, as opposed to what happened the day the Titanic sank. Okay, so there's a number of examples, and then I'm going to give you a few ideas on games that you could play now to as the children are exploring these examples for week 1 and 2. Here's some ideas of activities that you might like to do with your class depending on their age. So you might start off with just a KWL. What do children know about the topic already? Or a schema, or brainstorming session where you draw a web on the board of everything that they know. And then as you read it, a report text, you're putting good vocabulary up, extra information up that wasn't covered. Maybe the children come up with questions, and then we, as a class, you're finding the answers in the text. You could make a list of amazing facts. You could box up did you know facts. You could do a display, or you could play a game, a true or false game. You could present the information that has just been read. Can you present it now in a different way as a news broadcast, let's say? Can you spot the true facts? Can you turn the information into a diagram? Labeling, drawing pictures, illustrate the report that has just been read. Can you transform the information that was read into just basic bullet points? Create a fact file using small cards. A taxonomy, which would be like A to Z, little boxes, and then all the important words, like if there's an S word, goes into the S box of the vocabulary that's important or relevant to the topic. You might actually have like a professor who's the expert on a topic and interview him, like as a kind of a role play, or a panel of experts. Carry out a mock TV interview about a topic. Maybe play a miming game about, or a guessing game about an animal, where a child describes all the facts about the animal, and the class have to guess which one it is. So in that way, you're using all the vocabulary. You're recalling all the facts, and you're helping the children, drawing attention to the fact that this is a text that's based on factual information. And as your week 1 and 2 as you're going through week 1 and 2, all this information is, the important points are being recorded on your living chart. Some vocabulary, maybe under different headings, or the framework then, as the children come up with it, the heading, the classification, the facts, and the ending, that is going up on the board, that they can refer, that they see, oh, every report has a similar layout, and this is being recorded, and vocabulary such as the adjectives we talked about and verbs, and that are being recorded, so that this is something that the children then will use as a guide for week 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now, I hope that this has been helpful, and what we require at the end of week 1 and 2 would be a photograph of your living chart, and then a little recording of a boy or the class answering questions on what a report looks like and what it sounds like. Okay? Thank you. Bye.